Hey everybody, this is Dave Vellante, co-CEO of theCUBE and Chief Research Officer at theCUBE Research. I'm here with a special CUBE presentation made possible by Dell Technologies. You know, there's a proliferation of smart technology at the edge of nearly everything. Think about IoT sensors and monitoring and the analysis and application of the massive amount of data collected there. And of course, AI now plays an emerging role in both the active monitoring and the analysis of that data. So technology vendors like Dell and others play a critical role with customers and partners to provide the most modern infrastructure and management tools that can handle that data and help their customers apply it to achieve business outcomes. But in the current threat environment, it's even more important to protect that data, not only by stopping intrusions from bad actors or preventing damage from internal user errors, but also employing an active strategy for cyber resiliency. That is, by adopting the infrastructure and data protection tools, and importantly, the internal processes necessary to secure backups and ensure rapid recovery in case of attacks or error. theCUBE is proud to have sponsored a really outstanding series on these very topics with Dell Technologies. It's called Navigating the Road to Cyber Resiliency. If you've followed any of our 3 special events, including the live Cyber Resiliency Summit on December 12th last year, you know we stress the importance for your organization to adopt an effective cyber resilience strategy in order to protect your business. So we're really pleased to present our latest entry in this series, a short form documentary on a smart city, the Town of Gilbert, Arizona. The Town of Gilbert is a model smart city, thanks in part to their long partnership with technology providers like Dell Technologies. Let's have a look at how they've managed to thrive and grow to become the 5th largest city in Arizona and the 2nd safest city in the United States. They have the right technology and some really smart people to manage it. The Town of Gilbert is successfully navigating the road to cyber resiliency, helping toward their stated goal of becoming a city of the future. Let's watch.
What makes a smart city smart? There are a variety of definitions, but typically, a smart city can be described as technologically modern, using IoT sensors and other monitoring tools that collect critical data from multiple sources in that city. That data is then used by the smart city and their IT departments to provide technologically enhanced smart services and real-time two-way communication to its citizens. Those smart services typically include easy online access to things like utilities, public safety, traffic control, and other handy services like public feedback and interaction with city government, or event scheduling and reservations for public spaces like their parks and recreation facilities. Increasingly, smart cities are a big draw for younger, digitally engaged residents and families looking to live where technology can help provide a safer, cleaner, and more connected environment. That connectedness is especially critical post-pandemic, with so many companies and workers opting for remote or hybrid work schedules. So let's take a look at an excellent example of a smart city just like that, the Town of Gilbert, Arizona. Let's see what makes Gilbert so smart. The Town of Gilbert has experienced exponential growth, from several thousand residents in 1980 to over 288,000 today, making it the 5th largest city in Arizona. But in spite of that rapid growth, Gilbert has managed to thrive and continues to provide excellent services and safety for its residents. In fact, Gilbert is recognized as the 2nd safest city in the United States, all great steps towards its stated goal of becoming a city of the future. Obviously, to run a smart city like the Town of Gilbert, you need great technology and technology partners like Dell. But you also need smart people to run it, people who are tech savvy or at least tech friendly. And the Town of Gilbert has all that. From elected officials like the mayor and town council, who regularly fund Gilbert's smart city initiatives, to the town managers who run the city's planning and operations, and to the veteran IT professionals who provide the guidance to select, implement, and manage Gilbert's smart city technology. And importantly, in today's security threat landscape, that smart city technology absolutely needs to be well protected, highly cyber resilient. All of the smart city services need the ability to be quickly recovered in case of natural disasters, human error, or cyber attacks. to ensure minimal disruption to Gilbert's services and thus to residents' lives. So let's meet some of these very smart people who run this very smart city. Let's begin by hearing from Mary Goodman, the Assistant Town Manager for the Town of Gilbert.
My name is Mary Goodman. I'm an Assistant Town Manager with Gilbert. What that means on any given day is I'm working with several departments across the town, including information technology, our HR team, water resources, economic development, development services, and a couple other team members along the way. Gilbert has humble but important roots. We had a rail spur that was in Gilbert that really was the genesis for the creation of this town. I believe it started at around 1902, but formally incorporated in 1920. By 1980, we still had under 2,000 residents, and fast forward to 2024, we have about 288,000 residents, so tremendous growth. And we've worked really hard to stay ahead of it, to be thinking about where we need to go next, how we need to best plan and prepare for that growth, and support the community through that process. Being a smart city means that we're using the right technology and the right application for the right purpose, and ultimately in the interest of best serving our community, our businesses, and our residents, looking for those opportunities to interconnect our applications, our service lines, and deliveries so that a resident and or business has as seamless of an experience with the town and our operations as possible. All of those service lines rely heavily on our technology, on data and operations, and making sure that we can best provision those services in a secure way. If we're doing our jobs right, oftentimes residents are not aware of what all goes into when you turn on your faucet, the water comes out. When you call 911, we're there for you. When you want to go play at a park, there's a space for you and your children or your family or friends to go play. Your traffic lights, whether you like leading or lagging arrows, it's well planned, well thought out. Whether it's a firefighter that's running a call that's now dealing with health-related or HIPAA data, making sure that that data maintains its security, privacy, whether it's utility billing information, whether it's permitting or whatever the service line is, making sure that we're operating in a secure environment is absolutely of paramount importance to the town. I happen to work with the Information Technology Department, and we have a team member that we warmly regard as the Chief Paranoia Officer, and he helps keep us apprised of all of the threats that are out there. Those are real, everyday threats and occurrences that we constantly have to be working to protect against, thinking about in the future as it relates to our critical infrastructure. And there are very few things we can do within the town without reliance on technology and security of those tools and technologies. Any chance we get to iterate, to innovate, to think more about how we can best provide those services, that's what we're called to do, and that's what we do every single day.
My name's Cass Finn. I'm a Dell Technologies account executive. The Town of Gilbert is by far the most technologically savvy in smart city initiatives than I've ever seen. The Town of Gilbert's leadership from the top down has got major buy-in. They lead with technology that is going to enhance their citizens. That goes down to the leadership of the IT department that we've been very close with. 5 years ago, a new CTO was introduced and hired, Sasan Portazati. He really brought in the next level of innovation and automation that enhanced the strategies that were already in place behind the Town of Gilbert's IT team. So we needed to better understand and learn more about Sasan and what we can implement from Dell Technologies into his vision of automation, moving forward.
One of the things I love about Gilbert is this idea of looking forward. We consider ourselves the city of future and really focused on making sure that Gilbert has the same quality of life for its citizens today, well into the future. And part of that is related to technology and smart city planning. So everything from infrastructure, because to have a smart city, you have to have the physical infrastructure to be able to make that all go. And so we've made massive investments in infrastructure and fiber across the town. I think at this point over 75 miles of fiber to support our smart city initiatives. Everything from our parks to all of our facilities have resources available for technology, including Wi-Fi and capabilities that allow smart city types of technologies. We've focused on some key elements. One of those is cybersecurity, which we think is critically important in ensuring that our assets are secure and that we can operate in a secure fashion. I think every organization, whether it's government or private sector, what your customers think, how they feel about you, and really how they think about your services are most important. And so that's one of, I'd say, our foundational pillars. Bits and bytes matter, infrastructure matters, right? Technology matters, but how your customers are able to utilize it and leverage it is really important. So that's an important part of our roadmap and really aligns with that city of the future vision. The other part of the roadmap that we think also is important is strategic partnerships and alliances. And by leveraging Dell's technologies, our cyber recovery vault, we're able to do more for our stakeholders, and we're able to deliver services at scale that we were never able to deliver before we had those partnerships. We've made a big push to the cloud. About 75% of our solutions now are cloud hosted in just under 5 years. So that's a full pedal to the metal, and we're embracing it. We really support hybrid and remote work. We're able to take our offices with us no matter where we go. And when COVID came, we were prepared because of the investments we made with Dell. We are rolling out right now an enterprise-wide dashboard. That dashboard strategy is going to put data in the hands of every single individual within the town, and that data will be focused on each department and division, and that data will be at their fingertips when they need it. So everything from PD and fire data to municipal services, public sectors really need that kind of data. And public safety is something that Gilbert really takes seriously, and we feel it's important. Our citizens really value the fact that we are a safe city, as I said, the second safest city in the country. And again, the partnership, the support and service that Dell offers has been amazing. We've got a great relationship with them. Every time we do a purchase, whether it's a desktop purchase or a data center purchase, Dell's always willing to compete. Cybersecurity is an important pillar, and you can't really operate if you're not secure and your data's not secure. And thanks to the investments we've made with Dell, the investments we've made in our information security office, and we think we have a leading chief information security officer that really understands it and gets it and has helped us prepare and plan in partnership with Dell. Those things matter. People want a safe city. They want to know that their services are reliable. And if technology helps bring that to bear and helps, improve response times and improve public safety capabilities, to me, that's a big draw. So we're really trying to lean into leveraging digital technologies, smart city technologies, to provide that Amazon-like experience for our stakeholders, our citizens, because that's what they expect.
When I first started working for Dell Technologies' relationship with the Town of Gilbert, that started with Eugene Mejia running the client side of the business for the Town of Gilbert with all of their laptops, desktops, police department, fire, EMS. As I moved here, I was a Dell rugged subject matter expert, so I brought that expertise and training to the table to see the growth between Eugene in the data center with his team now and all the way up through the council has been awesome. I just heard recently that he became the first in the state Chief AI and Innovation Officer. Now we get to start learning what their strategies are behind AI. We get to bring to the table what Dell Technologies is doing, right? Let's identify the data governance behind AI. Let's identify the compute that's needed to process all that data, right? And the specific solutions that Dell Technologies does in the AI arena. So moving forward, it's going to be really cool based on the history of where we started.
My role is to really seek to create a strategy and a vision in the space of artificial intelligence and really some of the digital transformations we're seeing across the organization. And so there was a lot of thought and deliberate action taken in terms of creating a role that was focused on these efforts. A lot of great work was done prior to then in terms of different departments working together and the collaboration really to get to this point, and that really isn't going to change. But now we can really hone in on some of those things and make sure that we have all the right governance documents to make sure we put the town in the best position in terms of adopting those technologies moving forward. We're taking a very methodical approach. Let's not reinvent the wheel, right? Let's look at what we're already doing in the space. Let's engage with our existing partners, much like Dell, to really figure out, what is their roadmap and how does that play into what we're trying to achieve in terms of artificial intelligence. And we're seeing a lot of big benefit there because at the same time, that also ensures that we have the right privacy and security in terms of the data and how we're protecting that information. And we also can ensure that the employees have access to these tools and technologies from an enterprise approach. We're really trying to push the envelope in terms of how do we redefine what a city government looks like. How do we really push the needle or move the needle in a sense to say, hey, here's how we want the services to be delivered to our community. Here's how we want to sustain that quality of life and hopefully improve it moving forward, right, until we reach build out. I think it's super critical for us to make sure that we put systems in place that are always on, always working. I think that's the biggest recognition that we can give as positive affirmation to the work that we're doing and the compliment to the team and the technology. And so partners like Dell really share similar visions in terms of how we want to be seen and how we want to achieve the things that we're working towards. Some of the things that we have in place as terms of technologies, like the Cyber Recovery Vault, our SOC as a service model have really been critical because they have to work collectively together to ensure that we are resilient to any impact that we see from a cyber attack or some change in services that we're seeing, that we have to ensure, right, that they're always on and we're always able to respond to the citizens. Working for the Town of Gilbert is probably one of the coolest jobs in terms of not only what you get to do every day, but with the people that you get to work with and the town you represent. If I did not work for the Town of Gilbert, I would live in Gilbert still. It's a great community, it's safe, and we love raising our kids here.
One of our other relationships with the Town of Gilbert IT team is Alan Eubanks. Alan's got a great background with business continuity. What does the Town of Gilbert stack look like? How can we leverage that for continuity? Working with Alan as an added member of the IT team at Town of Gilbert has been very, very awesome, and we look forward to the continuation of integration amongst all the team members here.
Working in a smart city IT department, it's very, very interesting. The breadth of different items that you didn't realize technology was running or was behind it. You see the output, but didn't really know what went into it in order to make it all happen. Everything nowadays has some sort of tech behind it. It's impressive to see some of the minor things that you really didn't think, a lawnmower having smart capabilities, or sprinklers now. I mean sensors all over the place to really just gather all that data, and smart city is the data at this point. Because at the end of the day, we are a public entity, and we're there to serve our customers. That is our number one goal. Our relationship with Dell is phenomenal. We run a lot of Dell equipment here, from workstations to servers to storage arrays. They're one of the organizations that we do a lot of business with, but we also do a lot of collaboration with. Dell is one of our main partners when it comes to the backup solutions, Cybersecurity Vault, and then SecureWorks we utilize. They're big players in that space for us. And adopting like an Apex solution from Dell. We're utilizing more of the cloud hosted environment versus hardware that we have on-prem. We're heavily a cloud-based environment, and Dell once again fits that spot for us. Whether it's AI involvement, whether it's just R&D involvement, I think it's a game changer. And to know that we could spin up workloads anywhere, no matter where we backed it up at, that's impressive. The InfoSec team sleep better at night. Infrastructure team sleeps better at night too, knowing that the ease of recovery when the time comes, we know that it's secured. You name it. I mean, anyone that relies on our data, it's definitely a peace of mind for them.
So 3.5 years ago, the CTO Sasan brought in a new Chief Information Security Officer, Dr. Tony Bryson. And what a fantastic character this gentleman is. He is just as innovative as the entire team in regard to security layers. We had to start looking at security as like a layer of onion, right? From the core all the way to the outside, and protecting and creating the resiliency that Dr. Bryson was looking for through Dell Technologies solutions. From there, he started inquiring more about the data center and data protection and security. That's when we started introducing our Power Protect solutions, our Cyber Vault. that was a huge success for the town and for Dell Technologies as a whole. That was followed up with multiple case studies that we have published online. Dell Technologies World, where Dr. Tony Bryson has been on stage explaining and defining, the solutions behind our Dell PowerProtect. So it's been really an accomplishment between the Town of Gilbert, CISO, and Dell in protecting that data.
Protecting a smart city brings unique challenges to it. We're starting to see an influx of new technologies, some of which are not designed with security in mind. You're seeing a proliferation of Internet of Things devices, IoT devices, and a lot of those, again, they're not designed with security in mind. So we have to really go back to the drawing board, re-architect some of our networks, put in place appropriate segmentation so that those devices can exist within our ecosystem, but we have the appropriate segregation, separation that allows those particular devices to operate and protects our private networks and our citizens' data. The current threat surface continues to evolve. It's not like you can walk in one day and say, we've got this figured out. It changes from day to day. One of the threat vectors that we're always and most concerned about is the internal threat, because I feel that is really not given the attention it deserves. An internal threat does not mean a bad actor. It does not mean somebody with an axe to grind. It could mean somebody just making a mistake that impacts your data, impacts your system security. It is actually very easy working with the town. Most of the executive are very adept technologically, so having these conversations is usually pretty easy. Even those that aren't, we can sit down and have very open conversations. Talk about the challenges that we face as a town, the risks associated with some of the technologies we're using, and come to an understanding of the best ways that we can protect not only the town, our employees, but our data as well. As far as threat assessment and escalation goes, we're very fortunate. We partner with SecureWorks. They're our SOC as a service. So they do a lot of the threat identification for us. They only escalate those particular challenges that they cannot handle, and our team then goes into action. When it came down to us deciding to take on resiliency as a strategic initiative, we went out and we talked with our trusted business partners. We went and got information from sources like Gartner to point us in the right direction. And we ended up looking at Dell's product, the PowerProtect Cyber Recovery Vault, saw that it really fit every single need that we had, every desire that we had, so we engaged Dell on that particular product. Again, that was the first step in a long path to where we need to go to have the particular level of resiliency that's going to allow me to sleep at night, but that was the initial step. Our resiliency program has been all about evolution. We've been purposeful in going and engaging with Dell. We saw Apex for the first time, and we were immediately excited because we saw that as a stepping stone to getting where we ultimately wanted to be, totally in the cloud. Our on-prem solution, we needed to logically start moving that towards the cloud. Apex gives us that ability. So again, we want to get from on-prem into more of a hybrid environment and then go to full cloud for that immutable data backup. Rapid recovery is critical. We need to be able to get things back in operation, some systems in a matter of 2 to 4 hours. We have regulatory requirements to do this type of thing. So we go out and choose the appropriate products with that particular recovery in mind, and that's what we plan for. We are very selective about the partners that we have. Dell has proven to be an invaluable partner. When it comes to putting in place the Cyber Recovery Vault, they were there from day one to help us understand what we needed. We didn't have the expertise in-house, so we relied on Dell and Dell Professional Services to come in, help us do the integration, train our people on the fly, help them understand how to best operate the vault, how to properly populate it with what type of data, and really move that particular project forward.
As we've seen, a successful smart city like the Town of Gilbert is a unique combination of the latest cyber-resilient technology, plus the city officials, veteran IT professionals, and their critical technology partners, all of whom plan and run this unique smart city to the benefit of the Town of Gilbert's residents. And it's all in the name of public service, to provide a clean, safe, highly connected place where Gilbert's residents can raise their families and thrive. That's what makes the Town of Gilbert, Arizona so smart, a place that's most certainly on its way to becoming a successful city of the future.